प्यारे बच्चों, आज हम जो चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हैं उसका नाम है फ्रिक्शन। तो फ्रिक्शन के बारे में आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे। तो सबसे पहले हम ये जानेंगे कि व्हाट इज फ्रिक्शन। A force that opposes motion between two objects that are in contact with each other. Smoother surface exhibit less friction, rougher surface exhibit more friction. Friction opposes the relative motion between the two surfaces in contact. It acts on both the surfaces. Friction depends on the nature of surface in contact. This is the friction. Now we say what type of frictions. So there are three type of frictions. Number 1, static friction. Number 2, sliding friction. Number 3, rolling friction. Number 1 is static friction. When a body is at rest, the force on friction is called the static friction and is always equal and opposite to the applied force. The force of friction, which acts when the body is just at the verge of sliding on the surface, is called limiting friction. Number 2 is sliding friction. The friction force which opposes the actual or relative sliding motion between two contact surfaces. Sliding friction is smaller than the static friction. Now, number 3, or rolling friction. The frictional force that exists between two surfaces when body rolls over the other. Rolling friction is smaller than sliding friction. So these are the three frictions. Now increasing friction. Now we say about the increasing friction. What is the increasing friction? By pressing the surface together more strongly when brakes are applied on a bicycle or car, the brakes pads press against a moving part of the wheel and the force of friction increases. Now we say about the reducing friction. What is the reducing friction? Polishing, lubricating, using ball bearing, separation of surfaces by air, streamlined shapes. These are some examples of reducing frictions. Now we say cause of friction. How the friction causes. Friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. Even those surfaces which appear very smooth have a large number of minute irregularities on them. For a given pair of surfaces, friction depends upon the state of smoothness of those surfaces. Friction depends on how hard the two surfaces press together. Static friction comes into play when we try to move an object at rest. Sliding frictions comes with play when an object is sliding over another. Sliding friction is smaller than static friction. Friction is important for many of our activities. Friction can increase by making a surface rough. The sole of shoes and the tires of a vehicle are treated to increase the friction. The friction is sometimes undesirable. Friction can be reduced by using lubricants. When one body rolls over another body, rolling friction comes into play. Rolling friction is smaller than the sliding friction. In many machines, friction is reduced by using ball bearings. Fluid friction can be minimized by giving suitable shapes to bodies moving in fluids. This is about the friction. So tomorrow we shall do the exercise of this chapter, friction. This is enough for today. Thanks.